Have you ever looked back on a moment with a loved one and thought, was that a sign and I just didn't know it? The last stretch of life often speaks in quiet ways. Sometimes it's a pause before a sentence. Other times, it's a new habit that seems small until it isn't. In the final 6 months of life, many older adults begin to show signs that can seem insignificant at first. Some are physical, others are emotional, and a few are more spiritual than we often expect. These moments can be confusing or even comforting, depending on how we view them. Today, we're going to walk together through 6 of these subtle yet powerful signs. Not to worry you, but to offer perspective. Because when we recognize what the body and soul are trying to express, we can respond with deeper compassion and less fear. Whether you're supporting someone you care about or reflecting on your own journey, this may be one of the most meaningful videos you ever watch. Stay with us to the end, because the final sign we'll explore is one that often brings unexpected peace, even in the midst of goodbye. Sign 1, a sudden calm after weeks of restlessness. Sometimes, a person who's been anxious, agitated, or restless for weeks suddenly seems calm, almost serene. This shift is often described by caregivers as a turning of the page. The person who once couldn't settle down may now speak slowly, rest more easily, or even smile without reason. There was a man named Albert, 86, who had spent weeks pacing his room and asking the same questions over and over. His family was worn thin. Then, one morning, he sat quietly in his chair, looked out the window, and whispered, "The trees look so peaceful today." That calmness lasted until he passed several weeks later. This kind of emotional stillness is a sign that the body and mind are reaching a point of acceptance. It may not be verbalized. It may not be fully understood, but it's real. And when you witness it, don't question it. Be there for it. Sit in it. That moment of peace isn't empty. It's often full of unseen meaning. Sign 2, less interest in daily conversations or small talk. In the months before death, many people begin stepping back from daily conversations, not because they don't care, but because their energy is shifting inward. They may smile and nod, but say little. They might stop responding to texts or skip family gatherings they once loved. This isn't rudeness. It's not even always sadness. It's a gradual letting go of the world's noise. Think of it like a radio being tuned down. External conversations become static. Internal reflections grow louder. A woman named June, 80, had always called her children every evening. Then, little by little, she began saying, "Let's talk tomorrow." Eventually, those calls stopped. When her daughter visited one afternoon, June simply said, "I'm not in the mood to talk today, but I love having you here." Sometimes presence matters more than dialogue. When a loved one begins to withdraw from conversations, honor it. Let them lead the moment. And remember that listening doesn't always require words. If you're still watching and this resonates with you, comment number 2 below so I know you're with us. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. These videos are here to support you. Let's move on. Sign 3, shifts in time awareness or orientation. As the body moves closer to its final chapter, time starts to feel different. Nights and days can blend together. A person might wake at 3 a.m. thinking it's morning, or they may ask what month it is, even if it was just told to them. This isn't always dementia. It's the body's natural rhythm adjusting as systems begin to wind down. For example, there was a woman named Carla, 83, who began sleeping at odd hours. She'd wake up confused, asking if it was Christmas when it was only September. Her family worried at first, but over time, they noticed she seemed more at ease in that state, like she wasn't burdened by schedules anymore. What's happening here is biological. The brain's regulation of time and sleep is no longer synced with the outside world. This can look like confusion, but it's also part of the body simplifying its focus. Rather than trying to correct or reorient constantly, simply meet your loved one where they are. If it feels like 8 p.m. to them at 2 in the afternoon, that's okay. Join them there. Be present in their now. Sign 4, a softer connection of food and drink. Eating is one of life's greatest comforts. So when someone stops eating, it can feel heartbreaking. But here's the truth. In the last stage of life, the body no longer needs as much fuel. Digestion becomes harder. Hunger fades. Even thirst can lessen. You might notice they take only a few sips, push food around on their plate, or decline their favorite dessert. This isn't rejection. It's not defiance. It's the body gently saying, I don't need this the way I used to. Eleanor, 87, was famous for her cinnamon rolls, but in her final months, she only wanted iced chips. Her son, trying to be helpful, kept offering soup and milkshakes. One day, Eleanor looked up and said with a soft smile, I just don't need much anymore. It's okay to offer food, but don't force it. Focus less on calories and more on comfort. A small bite, a warm drink, or simply holding a cup together can be a sacred act of love. If this insight resonates with you, comment number 4 below and stay with us. We're almost there. Sign 5, unusual warmth or coolness in the skin. You may begin to notice a person's skin feels different. Their feet might stay cold even under heavy blankets, or their hands may feel oddly warm while the rest of the body cools. These temperature changes aren't random. They're signs that the body is beginning to redirect blood flow and energy to essential organs. This shift can also change the color of the skin, pale, bluish, or mottled patterns on the legs or arms. There was a man named Dean, 79, whose feet became cool and purple-tinged. His wife kept adjusting the heater and piling on socks. But the hospice nurse gently explained, this is how the body conserves. It's natural. These changes can feel alarming, but they are not painful. They're part of the body's quiet preparation. Rather than trying to fix it, shift your energy to comfort. Warm hands with your own. Offer a soft blanket. Sit in silence. Sometimes, what matters most isn't what we do, but how we are with someone. Sign 6. Speaking of unseen visitors or feeling watched over. Perhaps one of the most mysterious and beautiful signs is this. A loved one begins to speak of people you can't see. They might talk to a parent who passed years ago. They may mention seeing a bright light or say, they were here last night. Some even refer to familiar voices or dreamlike scenes that feel incredibly real to them. This is not necessarily hallucination. In many cultures, this is viewed as a kind of spiritual awareness that emerges as life nears its close. Marta, age 90, told her granddaughter that her late husband had been sitting in the room with her. She described him clearly, what he wore, how he smiled. She wasn't scared. She was peaceful. He says he's waiting for me, she whispered. These moments are often described by nurses as nearing death awareness. They don't always fit our logic, but they often bring comfort. If your loved one begins describing these experiences, don't correct them. Don't brush it off. Instead, listen with your heart. Ask gentle questions. Let the moment unfold. There may be tears, but often there's also peace. If you're still with us, comment number 6 below. And please consider subscribing for more videos that support, educate, and uplift. These 6 signs aren't just clinical symptoms. They're stories the body tells us when words fall short. They're signals, gentle, profound, inviting us to lean in rather than pull away. Maybe you've seen one of these signs in someone you love, or maybe you felt one within yourself. Whatever brought you here today, remember, recognizing these moments isn't about fear. It's about love. It's about walking slowly, attentively, and respectfully alongside life's final season. You are not alone. There's a quiet community around you, watching, grieving, loving, understanding, and respectfully alongside life's final season. Thank you for being here. Until next time, take care of your heart, and take care of one another,